Earlier today, I was grappling with the enormity of the task that diving back into animation was presenting before me. So I stepped outside to feel the earth beneath my feet, hoping to clear the fog from my mind. And that's when I remembered a quote by the late, great Richard Williams. Animation is just doing a lot of simple things, one at a time. For those who aren't hip to Richard Williams, he's the master animator behind flicks like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Thief and the Cobbler, amongst a slew of other gems. I wish I had a mentor like him now. And that's when I remembered I have his book, The Animator's Survival Guide. It's tucked away in my desk for emergencies just like this. This book was one of those sacred tomes we pored over back in the day when I first set foot in art school as a greenhorn animation major. If you'd like to play along, there's a link to get this book in the description below. You know, truth be told, I probably spent more time ogling the pictures back then than soaking in the wisdom. But now, I'm gonna study the hell out of it. Sadly, Richard Williams is gone, but he left us this book as a beacon to mentor us lost souls through the labyrinth of animation. And in this shadowy world that wants to keep us weak and stupid, knowledge ain't just a tool, pal. It's the ace up your sleeve, the silver bullet in a world gone dark. But make no mistake, the path to wisdom ain't no stroll down easy street. It takes guts. It takes a big thanks to my patrons. It takes grit. And yeah, it takes balls. Why, I'm referring to the first animation exercise here in the Animator Survival Kit, of course. It's the old bouncing ball. In this exercise, we're going to be learning about spacing and timing. The spacing refers to where your drawings overlap for a slower movement and are spaced farther apart for a faster movement. And timing is the rate of speed at which the action takes place. That's where your beats are. I'm using this image as a rough map to refer to while I figure out my spacing and timing. And based on that, I sketched out this rough path. I think we're ready to go.
The amateur animator moves a ball on a pre-drawn path to test the spacing and timing. Onion skinning showing the drawings before and after have been turned on to help this tenderfoot see if tweaks need to be made. Remember, the closer the drawings, the slower the movement. The further they're spaced, the faster the movement.
Here's my first pass to the bouncing ball. It's okay. Not too exciting. It could work as a golf ball on a hard surface maybe. But I think we need a little more drama, so we're going to add some squash to the bouncing ball. Let's take a look at some real-life examples for reference. This basketball is pretty well inflated, so there's very little drama on the bounce. Now this one, there's some drama. And last, let's take a look at this one. Look at that squash. Now that's drama, and that's what I'm looking for.
The novice animator adds squash to the frames where the ball hits the ground. Spacing adjustments need to be made. Now he tests the animation for any glaring mistakes. Test it again. That's just fine.
And here's the second pass of the bouncing ball. A little bit better. There's a little bit more life in it, but it still needs a little more excitement. This is animation, so let's add a little bit more drama. Let's add some stretch to the ball as it moves through the arcs.
And finally, the animation student employs the stretch technique to the bouncing ball. The ball is stretched more when moving faster, and less so as it approaches its natural shape at the apex of its arc.
Well, would you look at that? I'm glad I took a swing at this exercise. Nothing like getting your hands a little dirty and learning some of the fundamentals of animation with spacing and timing. Throwing in a little bonus with some squash and stretch for good measure. Hello.
Hey, chump. This is your past calling again. Calling to make sure that you're sticking with the animation.
I am.
I'm also calling to make sure you don't screw things up this time.
Ah, phooey. Why don't you go blow it out your ass?
The end. Thanks for watching. For every video posted publicly here on YouTube, I'll have another video posted exclusively for my patrons over at patreon.com/KevinCross. Until next time, take care and stay sharp.